Have you ever wondered how the lifestyles and salaries of African presidents compare to one another? From opulence and luxury to modesty and military discipline, the spectrum is as diverse as the continent itself. In this video, we will delve into the life of Captain Ibrahim Traoré, the president of Burkina Faso, and compares it with other prominent African leaders. We will explore how his unique position and approach to leadership distinguish him from his counterparts, providing a fascinating insight into the varied world of African presidential life. Captain Ibrahim Traoré's journey to the presidency of Burkina Faso is as remarkable as it is unconventional. Rising through the military ranks, Traoré assumed power in September 2022 after leading a successful coup against the previous administration. His ascension was driven by a promise to restore security and improve governance in a country plagued by insurgency and instability. His military background and commitment to national service have shaped both his leadership style and personal lifestyle, setting him apart from many African leaders. In stark contrast to the often luxurious and extravagant lifestyles associated with many heads of state, Captain Traoré maintains a disciplined and modest way of living. His lifestyle is a reflection of his military roots, characterized by simplicity and austerity. Public appearances by Traoré are devoid of the grandeur typically seen with other leaders. Instead, he projects an image of a dedicated public servant focused on his nation's welfare. Unlike other presidents who reside in lavish palaces and frequently travel in private jets, Captain Traoré's lifestyle is noticeably humble. He continues to live with the same salary he earned as a captain in the military, a stark contrast to the high salaries and perks enjoyed by many of his peers. This choice underscores his commitment to serving Burkina Faso rather than indulging in personal luxury. The exact salary of Captain Traoré is not widely publicized, but it is understood to be modest, especially compared to his peers. Maintaining his military captain's salary, estimates suggest that his annual earnings might range between $50,000 to $75,000. This figure is significantly lower than the salaries of many African presidents, reflecting Traoré's focus on national service rather than personal enrichment. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu of Nigeria earns approximately $69,000 annually. Tinubu's lifestyle, however, is far from modest. Known for his substantial personal wealth accumulated both before and during his political career, Tinubu enjoys a life of luxury. He owns several properties and travels in a presidential jet, starkly contrasting Traoré's austere existence. Tinubu's wealth and lifestyle have often been subjects of public scrutiny and debate, highlighting the significant economic disparities within the country. President Cyril Ramaphosa of South Africa receives an annual salary of about $223,500. Ramaphosa is one of Africa's wealthiest presidents, a status that reflects his successful business career before entering politics. His lifestyle is luxurious, with multiple properties, significant business interests, and a penchant for high-end travel and living. Ramaphosa's wealth allows him to maintain a lifestyle that contrasts sharply with Captain Traoré's. Despite this, Ramaphosa remains respected for his efforts to steer South Africa through economic and social challenges. President William Ruto of Kenya has an annual salary of around $132,000. Ruto's lifestyle is a blend of luxury and public service. He owns high-end properties and vehicles, but also engages actively in community and philanthropic activities. This balance is indicative of his political strategy, which aims to appeal to both elite and grassroots supporters. Ruto's lifestyle and wealth, however, often spark discussions about the equity of resource distribution in Kenya, especially when juxtaposed with the country's economic challenges. President Paul Kagame of Rwanda earns an estimated $85,000 annually. Kagame is known for his disciplined and relatively modest lifestyle, which is consistent with his governance style. Unlike many of his counterparts, Kagame's public persona is not marked by opulence. Instead, he is seen as a pragmatic leader focused on national development and security. His modest lifestyle reinforces his image as a dedicated public servant. Although his administration's strict control over political opposition and media has been a point of contention, President Yoweri Museveni of Uganda has an annual salary of about $183,000. Museveni's lifestyle reflects a blend of traditional leadership and modern presidential luxury. He owns multiple properties and often travels with a significant security detail. Museveni's long tenure in power and his ability to balance traditional and contemporary influences have made him a central figure in Uganda's political landscape. However, his extended presidency and perceived opulence have also been subjects of criticism, especially regarding the country's socio-economic issues. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi of Egypt earns approximately $7,400 annually. El-Sisi's lifestyle is a mix of military discipline and presidential grandeur. His public appearances and residence are marked by significant security and luxury, reflecting Egypt's status as one of Africa's most influential countries. El-Sisi's leadership style is characterized by a focus on stability and economic reform, although his administration faces criticism over human rights issues. If you're finding this comparative analysis interesting, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your support helps us bring more insightful content about African politics and leadership. The lifestyles and salaries of African presidents are often a reflection of their governance styles and the economic conditions of their respective countries. While leaders like Captain Traoré and President Kagame embody a modest and disciplined approach, others, such as President Ramaphosa and President Tinubu, showcase a life of luxury, supported by significant personal wealth. Captain Traoré's decision to maintain his captain's salary and live modestly stands out as a symbol of his dedication to national service. It contrasts sharply with the opulence seen in other leaders and raises important questions about the role of personal wealth and luxury in leadership. His approach suggests a focus on egalitarian principles and an attempt to bridge the gap between the government and the ordinary citizens of Burkina Faso. As we continue to explore the fascinating world of African leadership, it is essential to engage in discussions about the impact of presidential lifestyles on national development and public perception. What do you think about the varying lifestyles of African leaders? Do they affect their ability to govern effectively? Join the conversation by leaving your thoughts in the comments below. The comparison of Captain Ibrahim Traoré's lifestyle and salary with those of other African presidents reveals a wide spectrum of leadership styles and personal choices. From Traoré's modest and disciplined approach to the luxurious lifestyles of leaders like Ramaphosa and Tinubu, the differences are striking and significant. These disparities not only highlight the diverse political landscapes of African nations, but also prompt important discussions about the values and priorities of their leaders. A deeper dive into leadership and public perception shows how the lifestyles and salaries of African presidents influence their popularity and effectiveness. For instance, Captain Traoré's modest lifestyle resonates with many citizens in Burkina Faso, who appreciate his apparent selflessness and dedication to public service. His decision to maintain a military captain's salary serves as a powerful symbol of his commitment to the country, potentially fostering trust and solidarity among the populace. On the other hand, leaders with more luxurious lifestyles, such as President Ramaphosa and President Tinubu, often face criticism from those who see their wealth as a disconnect from the realities faced by ordinary citizens. However, it's also important to recognize that personal wealth does not inherently diminish a leader's capacity to govern effectively. Ramaphosa, for example, has been praised for his business acumen and efforts to address South Africa's economic challenges, even as his personal wealth and lifestyle remain topics of public debate. The varied approaches to presidential lifestyles across Africa highlight the continent's diverse political and economic landscapes. Leaders like President Kagame, who emphasize discipline and national development, present a stark contrast to those who enjoy more opulent lifestyles. This diversity reflects the complex interplay between personal values, governance styles, and public expectations. The salary of a president can also be a reflection of a country's economic status and the leader's priorities. Captain Traoré's decision to retain his captain's salary underscores a focus on frugality and national service, in line with Burkina Faso's economic conditions. This approach can inspire confidence among citizens, demonstrating that their leader shares their economic struggles and is dedicated to prudent governance. In contrast, the higher salaries of other African presidents, such as President Ramaphosa and President Museveni, reflect the economic standing and governmental structures of their respective countries. While these salaries are significantly higher than Traoré's, they also come with greater responsibilities and often more complex political landscapes. The challenge for these leaders is to balance their personal earnings with effective governance and public service, ensuring that their compensation does not alienate them from the citizenry. Public perception plays a crucial role in the legitimacy and effectiveness of a presidency. A leader's lifestyle and salary can influence how they are viewed by the public, impacting their ability to govern. Captain Traoré's modest lifestyle and salary may enhance his political legitimacy in the eyes of Burkinabe citizens, fostering a sense of solidarity and mutual respect. For leaders with more luxurious lifestyles, maintaining political legitimacy requires a careful balance. They must demonstrate that their personal wealth does not detract from their dedication to public service and national development. Transparency and effective communication are key in this regard, as they help build trust and mitigate potential criticisms related to wealth and lifestyle. The balance between personal wealth and public service is a delicate one. Leaders who come from wealthy backgrounds or accumulate significant personal wealth during their tenure must navigate public scrutiny while ensuring their governance remains focused on the welfare of their citizens. This balance is particularly challenging in countries with high levels of poverty and economic disparity, where public expectations for equitable leadership are heightened. In countries like Nigeria and South Africa, where economic challenges are significant, the lifestyles and salaries of presidents can become focal points for public debate. Leaders in these nations must work diligently to align their personal wealth with their public responsibilities, demonstrating that their governance is driven by a commitment to national development rather than personal enrichment. The varied lifestyles and salaries of African presidents also reflect different leadership styles and approaches to national development. Leaders like Captain Traoré and President Kagame prioritize discipline, national security, and development, often adopting modest personal lifestyles to reflect these values. Their leadership styles are characterized by a focus on pragmatic governance, aiming to foster stability and growth through disciplined public service. In contrast, leaders with more luxurious lifestyles, such as President Ramaphosa and President Tinubu, often leverage their personal wealth and business acumen to address national challenges. Their approaches to governance may include significant investments in economic development and infrastructure, supported by their extensive personal networks and resources. The comparison of Captain Ibrahim Traoré's lifestyle and salary with those of other African presidents reveals a wide spectrum of leadership styles and personal choices, from Traoré's modest and disciplined approach to the luxurious lifestyles of leaders like Ramaphosa and Tinubu. The differences are striking and significant. These disparities not only highlight the diverse political landscapes of African nations, but also prompt important discussions about the values and priorities of their leaders. As we continue to explore the fascinating world of African leadership, it is essential to engage in discussions about the impact of presidential lifestyles on national development and public perception. What do you think about the varying lifestyles of African leaders? Do they affect their ability to govern effectively? Join the conversation by leaving your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more insightful content. Your engagement helps us continue to bring you in-depth analyses and thought-provoking discussions on African politics and beyond. Let's foster a deeper understanding of the complexities and nuances that define leadership across the African continent.